Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. It's so great to have you here. Great to be with you guys, and hope that you will definitely enjoy what's going on because we got a lot of great things for you. And so, IFYL Inspirations for Your Life. If you're new to IFYL, well, I'm glad to have you here. You'll notice a QR code at the top right. Just take your phone, point to it, scan that QR code, and that will bounce you over to my link tree. If you have any trouble getting to that, just type in Believe, Believe, me, Me, Achieve, ACHIEVE.com. All right, there's lots of great things on there like John's Daily National Day video, JCM Academy. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you know what today was? Yes, today is National Cinema Day. Bet you didn't know that. So, National Cinema Day is something that's been going on for quite a while. And so it's September 3rd every year. And every movie in every format is only $3. So when did National Cinema Day start? When did National Cinema Day start, if you had to ask? Well, it started a very long time ago. And by 2009, movie theaters started replacing film projectors with digital projectors in 2013, and it was estimated that 92% of the movie theaters in the United States had converted to digital, with 8% still playing film. And so, people might be asking me, John, where did National Cinema Day come from? Because I know that's probably the question that you're probably saying, John. Where the heck did this come from? How did this happen? Well, the first to present projected moving pictures to a paying audience were the Lumiere brothers in 1895 in Paris, France, and they used a device of their own making, cinematography, which was a camera, a projector, and a film printer all in one. So, lots of great stuff. And so, National Cinema Day is pretty cool. No more than $3 a ticket. I mean, this is why the lines today were just absolutely absurd. And the question you might be asking yourself is, why did National Cinema Day uh, start? And that's a great question. Um, National Cinema was founded with the intention of reminding the world how fun it is to go to the cinema. So, National Cinema Day, if it's been a while for you, if you've gone to the movie or had popcorn or what have you, the history of National Cinema Day started back in the early 1900s after the ability to capture moving pictures on film. So, this is not new. It was founded with the intention of reminding the world of how fun it is to go to the cinema. National Cinema Day has been established to bring the people back to the world of the movie theater. It's celebrated in the United States, the United Kingdom, and may grow to other countries as well. Where can you go to a movie for just $3? And I think that is just like really, really cool. All right. So if you're coming back, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associates. I appreciate you being here with me tonight. And we have a great master topic. That is, everybody ready for the master topic? How to know when you're being used. All right. So I don't think anybody really wants to be, how can I say? I don't think anybody really wants to be used, but it does happen. It does happen. And so how do you handle this? Because I think the biggest issue is that it can be a really big problem. People think that it's okay to use somebody, but when somebody gets used, they feel bad. So, how to tell if you are being used? I mean, this is a whole week thing, and this is really important. One sign you're being used is a person asks you for money or favors or other items. Now, they don't even know you that well, but they're already asking you for something. So if you're friends with someone And you might say, gee, can I have a sandwich or can I have a piece of chocolate? No big deal. But you say, hey, getting rid of my car next week and my credit's not so great. And I was wondering if you can help me out and if you could co-sign for the loan. Well, that's a little bit over the top. Okay. It implies that you're going to pretty much be there for them in any manner. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't happen, but being used is a state of mind. And when you're used, you become very drained. Did you know that? And so when you're drained, you don't have energy for yourself, you don't have energy for others. And if you're not useful to yourself, you're not useful to others. But a lot of people that are not authentic, no pun intended from the last thing we talked about, don't understand this. And they just do what they want to do, right? And so thinking about being used and abused, and I'm not talking abused like sexually abused, I'm talking about abused meaning that people abuse you for the fact that you might have money, for the fact that you have skills or certain knowledge. For example, being an engineer, I remember having somebody I dated a while back, and the person asked me some questions about the computer. So I said, no problem. And so I told the person I'd be willing to help them, fix their computer. And then when I did that, and I put a lot of time and effort into fixing this computer for the person, they were not so grateful. And it was just kind of like, oh, well, that's easy for you. But they abused it. And so, not even so much as saying, hey, John, can I get you lunch? Can I get you dinner? It was more like, oh, that's great. I guess I couldn't have done that. Not even a real off the cuff thank you. See, that's the problem that I feel happens in life. That's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a big problem. But when we think about people abusing others, we don't understand that the one big thing that happens is that people do something because they want something out of you. They want to get something from you. And if they don't care about you or how you are, then chances are they probably don't care if they burn a bridge with you. They're just looking to get as much as they can get. Now, I got to go back to a scenario that I described once before. There was this gentleman I was helping get a job. He lost the job, and I knew him because the company I owned did work for this company. And he was there. And he got let go because the company was cutting back. This was many years ago. And they offered help with his resume and all these things. And he just kind of took it for granted. And then when it came time, we actually got him an interview. He said, oh, John, I can't go. What do you mean you can't go? Oh, my truck. It's in the shop and I can't afford to fix it. So he knew that I was going to step in and fix the truck. But what he didn't realize is that I was going to be smart. I said, how much is it to fix the truck? It's like $3,500. So I said, where's your truck? Oh, at such and such. I said, okay, I'll give them a call. I gave him a call and I said, the guy's name, I think was Tom. I said, Tom, I want to help my friend out here. He's, trying to get a job and I want to take care of his car for him. How do we get up to $3,500 for this repair of the muffler or engine, or whatever? He's like, oh, simple. He's like, to fix the engine, the only thing he needs for that, he says, that's only going to be like $800. Well, if that's only going to be $800, then maybe I don't understand how did we get to 3,500 because that's still short 2,700 more than what I'm wanting to pay. He's like, well, your friend doesn't actually need those other things done to make the car work. He wants to put a spoiler plate on. He wanted to add some other cosmetics. He wanted to change the pipe in his exhaust, and he wanted to do all kinds of crazy stuff. But does he need that for the safety of the car? No. So I call this guy back and I say, look, I called your mechanic and I want to let you know that I've told him that he can fix your car. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh, you're the best. That he can fix your car for 800 some dollars. Oh, well, he's not going to be able to fix it then. Yeah, he is. Because apparently you've lied to me in that your car only needs 800 some dollars plus tax to get it running to be safe. All the other stuff is just nonsense that you threw in there. And I think that's terrible that you're trying to do that. And so he asked me for a reference. I gave him the reference. They used a company, I think it was ADP, that calls and does the reference checks. And after I did the reference check, maybe a week or two later, doesn't call me or anything. Don't hear from a month or two later. And so month and a half later, I call him up. I say, hey, whatever happened? Oh, yeah, John, I got the job. Thanks. And I was like, thanks. I gave him a recommendation. He didn't even have the courtesy to call me and let me know he got the job. Forget saying thank you to me. I think some people do this for one reason. They care about themselves first, and they don't care about anybody else. That's terrible. But people in life will do this. They will do this all the time. I know that this sounds, I'm going to say, a little crazy, but when somebody abuses you and they do it once, guess what happens? They do it a second time. Then they do it a third time. And you keep giving or you keep helping them. And finally, you're like bleeding to death, proverbially, because you're taking all that energy out. I'm going to give you another example. I had an older friend, probably about 15 years older than me. And he was in the music industry, and I need him to help me with something. And he said, oh, sure, John, no problem. Okay. Well, when it came time for me to actually get what I needed from him, he told me, oh, my mom's in the hospital and all these excuses. But then I hear right after that how they're taking their kid to practice and all this other stuff. But I was always there when they needed something. So I don't get angry or upset, but I start realizing that the people that do this, you have to let them go. Like a fish on a line, you have to just cut the line, let the hook, let the bobber, let the whole darn thing go, because these people are leeches. And when they leech onto you, they suck up not your blood, they suck up your energy. And there's nothing left for you and nothing left for anybody else. And if somebody does that to you, don't get angry with them. Don't get mad with them. Just politely pull away. And if they change their way, fine. But chances are these people are habitual energy stealers. They just try to pull everything they can pull out of you to make their life better, but they have no intention of making your life one bit better. Not because they're bad people, but they're really just in their own egos. And they don't bother to look outside of where they are because they feel the only thing that's important in the world is them. I think that's just pitiful. And when I get people like this, and they do this to me once, I say, no problem, no big deal. I never ask them again for another favor. I never ask for one little simple thing. Now, you might see them. I'm not going to be nasty, but hey, how are you? Nice to see you. But I don't go into the fact that I did all this, I did it without you. I don't go into any of that because the fact that that person let me out to dry when they know that I needed them and I'm always there for them has already started to break the bond of a friendship that we had. Now, we might still be acquaintances, but that person is never going to help you because they're so wrapped up in themselves, their family, their life, and they just don't bother. I remember one person I knew had a relative. I think it was a second father or stepfather that passed away. So I wanted to get a mass card. And so I didn't know the name. I did some research and I got the name and got the right mass that they go to. Didn't get a thank you. Not a letter, not a thank you, not a nothing. And I mean, it didn't cost me much, $10 or $20. But the point is, I took that step to show I cared. Not because I was looking for anything from them, just because it was from the bottom of my heart. So if somebody does something like that for you and you don't return a favor, that bridge is going to be toasted, whether you like it or not. Because when somebody gives to you and you don't give one bit back, I'm not saying it has to be equal, but if you don't give at least something back, they're going to feel terrible. And the only way that relationship's going to continue is if you start to give back. They might say, well, John, I'm going through all these challenges. I'm having all these issues. I get it. And then another member of their family was having some medical issues. And I wanted to be sympathetic for every little thing that they were going through. I really did. And I was. But then when that person or the other person was supposed to help me or do something for me or for my business, they were nowhere to be found. And several months before I had gone to the person and said, gee, I need the help. I gave them some information. I talked to the other person in the family. I say, hey, I really need this help. You're going to help me. Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to help you. Don't worry. He'll take good care of you. And I counted on the fact that he was going to help me. And I might say, well, gee, they're having challenges in life. But the fact that they are able to do other things for themselves and for their family, and they couldn't give me time. I was even going to pay them. And they just blew me off. So that's an example of somebody using you. I'm going to give you more examples because I think it's really important that we understand when somebody uses us. I know I have given and given and given and given and given. But how many times can we turn to the cheek? How many times can we keep giving and not get something in return? I mean, it doesn't have to be a like for like, but there's got to be a two-way street. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I am John C. Morley, Sir Entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, been a pleasure, been an honor to be with you again this evening on our first master series of how to know when you are being used. Not a great thing to talk about, but something I feel we all need. This is like first aid that we all need because I'm the first person to say, hey, I don't need that. But the truth of the matter is I did need that because I was just giving and giving and giving and giving. Finally, I said, wait, I keep giving and no one's ever said thank you. No one's ever given back to me. So I think you got to be careful about that. Of course, like, love, and support my channel. Definitely comment below. What does it mean when I say, are you being used? Have you ever been used by somebody? Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Then go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MOR, Y Space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for the key phrase, help keep our content free. And make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to click on that link and buy my team and I a savory slice of watermelon, a refreshing vanilla cone, or a delicious icy cold summer drink. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, and even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to empower you to become a better version of yourself. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And you know what? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. But remember, you're going to know when you're used. And when you are, you're going to know when you're able to back off. And with that, you're going to be able to protect the most important asset you have, you. I know we talk about always helping others, and I'm not against that. But you have to help yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself first, you're no good to anyone else. Have yourself a great rest of your night. And you know what? I'm going to see you guys when? Tomorrow. Take care and have a great night, everyone.